Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a story time video. It's whenever we went ghost hunting one time over in Pennsylvania. If anybody lives here, you know about the bike trail. I can't remember how far it goes. It goes from Pennsylvania up to Washington DC, I believe. I don't know how far it is. We do the parts in our area, but a couple of us always walk on the bike trail, and if you go from Buena Vista back behind Tressler's, if anybody from the area, you would know what I'm talking about. There's a part where you can walk down to a cemetery. Well, me and my one friend used to do it all the time, and the cemetery, I'll have to take you in one time and show you. It's pretty neat. The bike trail at one time used to be where the trains were, so I don't know how anybody that's buried back there got, sorry, I'm shaking a lot. I don't know how anybody that's buried back there, like, you would have to see them. I'm going to have to take you back there one time, but we always walk back. It's about, I would say, close to a mile back, and we would always go take pictures, and, sorry, I don't have any to insert right now. They're in my friend's camera, but like I said, we'll have to go do it. We always got things in the pictures, always. We always used to do it around Halloween just to, we'd take the kids, and whenever I say kids, I mean like 14, 15-year-old kids. Let them go back and see it, and there's a little plaque there. It gives you the history of the cemetery and stuff, and it used to be part of a different cemetery, but the church and the cemetery caught fire, so they moved it here. But again, like I said, I don't understand how people traveled to it. It's really weird, but the one time, broad daylight, we get back there. Now I know numerous people could be on this trail. It's not just our trail. They could be taking the bike trail anywhere. Well, when you get back there, there's a pavilion where you could sit down, I guess, for people that go and visit loved ones at the cemetery. I don't know. They have a pavilion there. There's trails that go off of the bike trail down to the camping spots. They actually have camping spots down there. You're allowed to camp overnight. Keep the space clean. That's all they ask. If you use firewood, replace firewood. Pretty nice area. It goes right down to the river. If you ever can get on Google Maps to actually look it up, like I said, it's a part of the Buena Vista bike trail. And from that, there's a different trail, but you're not allowed to take it. You can get up to 13 Bends, which is also reportedly haunted, but it's closed off now too. You can't get through there. Anyways, like I said, broad daylight. There was me, a friend of mine, her child, my 3 children, and somebody else was with us. I can't remember who the other person was, but again, I just specified that it was broad daylight. That's the weirdest thing, but we all walked around through the cemetery. It's a pretty decent sized cemetery. It's not huge, but for where it's located, it's a pretty decent size. It goes down like, kind of like down a hillside. So we're walking, showing the kids the different dates. Some down there, 1892, just some pretty cool dates and stuff like that. So then we decided to go down to the camping area. Nobody down there. I mean, like I said, it's on a riverbank, and you could see clear down one side of the riverbank to the other. You could see it crossed. Nobody at all whatsoever down there. It was just us. We come back up to the pavilion. Didn't see nobody riding bikes, nothing. I want to say the bike trail's pretty covered with trees, so you have to, if you want to get back at daylight, you have to leave at a decent time from where we were. So we kept saying to the kids, we gotta go, it's gonna get dark soon, you know, going back down the bike trail gets darker faster because of all the trees. We just start walking away from the bike trail, and we were probably 100, 500 yards away from it, and all of a sudden you hear this, I don't even know how to explain it, but it sounded like somebody was having a party. And I didn't just hear this, everybody heard this. We all stopped, looked at each other, turned around. Nobody was there. We knew nobody was down by the river because we just walked down there. There's no other place to access it but where we accessed it at. You could look down one part of the riverbank, like I said, and the other side. Nobody was there. And it was like they kind of turned the radio on and started clapping and having fun. So now, you know, we always just walk down there as a cemetery. Ooh, spooky, you know. Now this happened, we're like, what the heck, what's going on? So we get the kids and we're kind of walking back faster to the car than we normally ever have because this happened. We get about halfway down to where we need to be, halfway back to the car, and all of a sudden in the woods, and if you look this way to the left, you could see the river. If the trees were down enough, if it was fall and the trees were down enough, and it was, you could see the river. If you look the other way, it was all woods. Like I'm going to take you down there one day and record just so I could show you. But it's all woods, and all of a sudden it sounded like somebody was taking two pieces of woods and just clapping them together. We ran back to the car. That's the fastest we ever got back to our destination ever. That was the most paranormal thing that ever happened to us. I do have another story about going down to that bike trail, but I'll film that later. It's a funny but scary at the time moment. So thanks for watching, and if you like this, give it a thumbs up. I have a lot more ghost stories, stuff like that to tell. So like I said, if you liked it, definitely give this a thumbs up, subscribe. Let me know if there's any story times you would want me to tell, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.